All right, I have read all the victim impact statements and have read the pre-sentence report and heard the arguments, so I am prepared to proceed with sentencing. Mr. Fohrenkam, part of my job here today is to evaluate not just the crime, but also you for purposes of any sentencing. And I read the PSI for that. There's obviously very minimal background in that since you did decline to participate. I do see, however, from that PSI, you have an extensive felony record to include arson, robbery, and gun possession, and to include a prior prison sentence that nevertheless did not deter you. I must also then evaluate that the sentence does not unduly depreciate the nature of the crime. And in that, your victim, Deshaun Hill, was only 15 years old. All he did was walk by you. And as he's walking away in broad daylight on a public street, you turned and you shot at him, not once, but 3 times, the back of his head. And for why? For what reason? It is so senseless that now not only must his family deal with the loss of their son, they have to be tortured by that question of why and by the senselessness of it. Others have said here better than what I could say, but you've heard too that the victim, Deshaun Hill, was very loved and admired, not just by his family, but also his community and even people who did not know him, only knew of him. You took that promise away from his family, their chance to hug him, see him graduate, watch him play football, but you also took that promise away from the community. So, in evaluating the seriousness of that crime, to understand your willingness to shoot multiple times for no good reason, you do deserve the top sentence allowable under the guidelines. So I sentence you to what we call an executed sentence. You are committed to the custody of the Commissioner of Corrections for 463 months. You have 379 days credit. You're required to serve a minimum of 2/3 of your imprisonment with a maximum of 1/3 months on supervised release. There's no adjudication for the lesser included count 2. You have to pay a $50 fine and $78 surcharge to be paid from prison wages. You have to provide a DNA sample, and you cannot register to vote, and you are prohibited from possessing a firearm for the remainder of your life. Mr. Allard, any additions or corrections to the sentence I have imposed?
Your Honor, we would just ask for restitution to remain open for 60 days.
All right, restitution is to remain open for 60 days. Mr. Fohrenkam, you can contest that once if a number is submitted. Ms. Krakowski, anything additional for the sentence that I have imposed?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Then this does conclude this matter. Thank you.
Long way be here.
Yo, yourself, faggot ass motherfucker.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
We'll never see your daughter again.
Fake ass cheating, nigga.
I hope you suffer too. Take your joke, you dumbass broad. Fuck you.
Kill yourself, motherfucker.
Stupid bitch. Protecting him like that. You should be ashamed of yourself. You have to go that extreme. Telling us what we should not do. The fuck?